On the first Saturn day of the Saturn and Aries energy, first of many for the next 30 years. It's like we got sentenced to something for 30 years. I said we were going to have a freaking reunion. If anybody's alive then. What's up, everybody? I'm the Dark Goddess Lilith reincarnated. Call me the High Priestess Phoenix. In this life, I am your spiritual healer and teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed. You're a wonderful starseed, earth angel. We explain that. Mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American civil. I am just your messenger of God, people. In the real life, as I said, I am the Lilith reincarnated. I am God in the feminine form here in the end times. In order to keep up with me, you have to see what I post on my community page, my latest live video, and anything in my shorts. Dude, I have that much faith. Did you see my shorts? Oh man, if I saw it coming, I'm just gonna close my eyes and take it. Take me, Lord, I'm yours. Take me down to... Nope, I'm here till 99. We're gonna party till I'm 99 years old. Isn't that trippy? Hey, can I tell you something funny about my kid? He had me buy him these Nike tube socks, but they didn't fit his big old feet. So I've been wearing them, and they're really warm around my calves. Really? I just want to point that out. I've been wearing them. I'm not gonna let them go to waste. They're really why be wasteful? I really like them. They keep my whole legs warm when I'm out there. Really? Why don't they make better things for men? Seriously though. If you take the pink away, just kidding. All right. I had posted I wasn't going to do any more teachings until you watched last night's teaching. I was like, I'm done, God. They didn't get it in 1998. They didn't get it in 2010. They're not getting it in 2026. I was like, I'm not doing this, bro. I'm not doing this. Many have come before me, and they just don't get it. I was like, they don't get any of what I'm talking about, dude. Do you understand? Oops, sorry, I fucking touched a button. No, get off my screen. I'm just trying to open up the chat. Do you understand why we are doing the 40-day fast with Jesus on the 17th? Do you have any idea what that means? To be one with Jesus, one with God. Really? So funny. You guys will walk around and go buy other people's clothes, and you'll fucking cut your hair like them, and you'll start talking like them. You want to put their fucking skin on, and you want to be this person. You want to be a look-alike. Why don't you look alike Jesus? Kobe liked that one. Anytime you hear the clap, that's Kobe. Really? Unless it's a Friday and he's shoving us in. Oh, and that's what he reminded me. They love the shit that comes out of my mouth. Mostly, it's me. Well, I mean, the funny stuff, like, I don't know. Going back to it, I explained last night the universe and how all of it lies within me and the oneness of something of the 13th dimension. Let's go back to where I was 2 nights ago. where I was. Let's start where I was. I was trying to teach you. Listen to me. Just listen to me. First off, I'm preparing you for a 40-day fast. And we're celebrating the planetary alignment. and Chinese New Year. With the eclipse that was predicted in the Revelation days. I am the Dark Goddess from chapter 11, and we're going into the 35 years of trials and tribulation that I have pointed out starts on July 21st. Fuck you, God. Quit putting me out here like a fucking clown. They don't believe any of this shit. God. I have all the books. They don't believe any of this shit. Quit making me look stupid out here. Fuck them. Let them die. They don't believe in you, bro. I've shown them a million times that you exist. I've shown them through the aliens, the planets, the books, the cards, the crystals, the fucking herbs, the birds. Leave me alone, God. Fuck off. Really? You guys didn't get this then? I don't know. Really? I mean, I tried to show you that it's in all of the books that this is happening. Really? Hush, don't forget. It's called Ragnarok. The fall of Atlantis. The big great battle of Olympus. Really? Swear, this is annoying. Fucking time. What time is it? 9:11 is what I saw at the time when I came up here. I can. I can. And I will. And I must. But now I realize, now I see the error in my ways of starting this to begin with. We should have never given you, like, that was my job in the beginning. And then we go back to the vision of the new world that everyone has seen. Martin Luther King seen it. Michael Jackson seen it. Pac seen it. It was in their mind's eye. They had this vision, this imaginary vision. Abraham Lincoln, John F. Kennedy. They had this imaginary vision of this new world that we were going to create. We were going to rally up the people and we were going to create a world of unity and love and community. We all come here with this unbelievable dream that we can't, that it haunts us, that we're here to do this, that we must make a difference. We must change what we've come into and make it a better place. Really? It's one, but it's an army of one that's not fighting for one, but for everyone. And that's the Christ consciousness. You know what I mean? It's like, I stood for that equality and unity, and there was never supposed to be division. That's what it came down to in the fucking... No, right away, it was man tried to establish himself as more. And that's where I come in, and I fight the fight. And here I am at the end days to fight the fight against man. Why? Because they're not above God. And that's what the fight was. It came to sex. And that's how I became the most sexual, powerful being. Why? Because I didn't give it. The book begins, Genesis chapter 1, verse 26 and 27. He created man and woman, and he was pleased. There was two of us. Now somehow, and again, this book wasn't put together till the 16th century. 1600 years after Christ, they decided to tell the stories in a book called the Holy fucking Bible. 13th century, some shit like that. It wasn't even when it was written, dude. So they decided, they edited this shit since the very beginning. They watered it down, they salted it down, they did whatever they could. They wanted to own the stories and tell the narrative. And that's why there's so many other gospels left out. There's so many other stories that were still told. Their ancestors passed on the books because that's how we passed on memories. There was no pictures. There was none of that, bro. You wrote it in a book and you passed that down so that the people knew, you know what I mean? The scrolls, they knew what your story was, what you witnessed, what your life meant. You left your wisdom to your ancestors. Really? Simple things like runes, where they scribbled freaking, you know what I mean, symbols into, you know what I mean, Mother Nature, so that they could find these clues later, because you weren't allowed to tell people these stories. No? They'd get you killed. That's what got, I mean, come on now. We want to talk about all of this shit, really? Conspiracies and shit? You're not allowed to talk about such things. Really? Freedom of speech is only here, motherfuckers. And even then, we're fighting for such very rights. People came, but they were one and few, but they wanted it for many. And that was it. It was unity. Anyways, I was talking shit to God, and I was like, you know, they're not going to get it. Your fucking kids over here are missing a fucking chromosome or two. And then we started having a big fat laugh. Really? God's children. He told me last year that I had about 3 years, so I need to just calm down on that bullshit. Realistically, I challenge the mass consciousness in its entirety. I challenge everybody's belief system to not that it's fake, but to believe in more. I challenge the structures, the hierarchies, the patriarchies, the actual philosophies, and realities, the limitations, physics, all of this. As a walking, as I witness everything, and you know what I mean, and as I document all this shit here, I do this as an expression of the divine here on earth, as we spoke of yesterday. Your job is to free your spirit, and that's the constant battle between your heart and your mind. Tried to explain that. So I wanted to start with something simplistic with, well, a mixture of the dimensions, which is science's way of knowing different layers of consciousness. And I also wanted to talk about Carl Jung's teachings and start breaking in more into your guys' psyche before we got into all of this and bringing it all together. Really, it's all brought together. Metatron is science. He's for astronomers, architects, the biggest minds. He put those exact same. He puts the visions in their minds. Realistically, and he makes it. He helps you to make it all make sense. That's very difficult indeed. But that's how you bring them in, and they know they're part of God's big plan. That they themselves are a messenger of God and an extension of the divine, because the vision was not theirs but given to them. Going back to Benjamin motherfucking Franklin, he saw, just like I saw, and I seen it again. I was having a download. Part of the ritual, the ceremony rituals that I was supposed to do with Wolfman was to take him where my serious awakening happened. My flesh is scared of that place, but I know that's the place of God. The first time I went up there, I blacked out and I saw all of this, all my lifetimes, all of everything from the beginning to the end. I saw all of it and I was so confused. It took me 3 days to be able to put it into words when I came off of that mountain. Later, after I did my first ceremony, I told the story. They got me stuck on that mountain and all kinds of things. That's where I earned my wings. That's where everything happened. And I said I would never go there again without a Soul Tribe member. Really? If it happened to me, then who's to say it couldn't happen to you at the same place? There's sacred sites that I know something unbelievable happens. It takes time for your mind to see it, but you just need to be there to experience it. And I spoke about that, going, where do I need to go for this big epic event? To the casino. Just to sit out there and do what I always do, which is sit by their fireplace and I burn some herbs and I bring just myself the light and I plug in right there in the night. Really? It's a historical place, you guys. Black Hawk, Colorado was, well, they call it Central City, which is only a couple miles up. My spirit will not let me go up there. It says that's absolutely cursed. But right outside is Black Hawk, Colorado, right? That's where the gold rush was really going down, all through 6th Avenue. That's where they found all that shit, bro. And that's where all the religions came, all the people came, all the history happened. There were people getting slaughtered. It was a big deal. That casino was built right there. You have to know the history. Really? It's ancient history to not just the natives, but to the explorers, to the pioneers, to people that had came from all different countries came there. The gold rush happened there. It was all over the mountains, but it happened there, bro. That's where they tapped in. It wasn't just gold in those hills, bro. Really? Now, if we talk about what gold is, we look at it as money, but gold is a mineral that connects you to what gods and essences and energies. But they found all kinds of them in there. And that's why I go to places like the Nature and Science Museum. They have an entire, floor that's nothing but gems and stones that have been mined, which carry fucking energies that have been brought from Brazil, fucking Australia, fucking Canada. They have stories. They have like spirit, bro. Really? Yeah, it's very magical. I mean, as fate may have it, people there come and they lose their, they lose all their hopes and dreams in those little machines. I really enjoy that quite a bit, but that's not what I go for. I have to purchase a drink, so it might be the one time out of the year I actually put alcohol into my system, because you have to participate in their little fun games and shit. It's like you got to buy a hot dog or something. Really? Yeah, but I sit out there. I've pulled the cards before. People have come out and made sure that I wasn't accepting money on behalf of it. And I always say I'm not. I'm just giving guidance. They've come out many times and asked me that in the beginning. I didn't even realize until I got to Las Vegas what the fuck was this is about. I was like, "Oh, you're not allowed to do this. There's a lot of money in this and you're no, you can't do that." Really? It's called the psychic arts is what they call it. If they're going to tax you, that's what they'll call you. Really? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you need a license to do what I do. Mm. They see it as profitable. Here in Colorado, it's just honored as, you know what I mean, freedom of to religion. Really? Well, I'm not making a profit. I'm a non-profit motherfucking organization over here, which qualifies me as a church. Ah, let me take you to church. Do you want to join my coven? All right, I said I didn't want to teach you nothing, but they're like, we'll just start back in the beginning. In the beginning, Genesis, just kidding. Really, 35 years, people. 35 years. What does that mean? Things are going to get worse than we ever seen before. And they described it in books. We'll be able to witness it and be like, well, that's not exactly what that meant. When they said they saw fireballs falling from the sky, we obviously know that meant meteor showers. When they said that the sun turned black, well, then obviously we know that was that was an eclipse. And this blood moon that comes in, yeah, that's in there too. Really, yeah, get with the times. Really, you came here for a good ride. You weren't, it wasn't, dude, there was limited tickets to this fucking fun fest. You totally caught a ride to the fucking goodness. Really? Well, I don't know. Depends on how your how your experience is unfolding for you. That's karma and shit. I'm gonna read what's in front of us. We're gonna keep going. Now, before I got on here, Wolfman was live and he's like, guys, you're not gonna like this, but I'm cutting this short right now because I haven't had no breakfast and I've been going for an hour. I knew you didn't have it in you. Really? It takes so much to channel. It takes so much to channel. And I've been doing it for 2 hours lately. I thought it was funny. He's like, dude, I'm gonna die. I've only had coffee. I need to eat something. I'll come back to you guys. I'm telling you, to channel, it's oh shit. To really channel. And then maybe because you were live, I don't know. Maybe it's a different thing. I just do this. I don't look at shit. All right, these were our cards 2 days ago, but that just means I pulled them before the day happened. I'm getting a fucking 10-day energy shift. Is that true? Is it time? Oh man, let me check the calendar. I showed you that about my memory too. I was like, dude, I have to rely on my Holy Spirit to tell me to do anything because I don't be doing shit until it tells me. Guided by the Holy Spirit. God, blinded by the light. I got a bunch of great downloads. Oh, I was going to talk about your fake ass fucking Valentines. Hold on. What's today? February 19th. February 9th? Did we change it? We did. Why am I feeling it so early? What's today? 14th? That's not too early. We're in the future, or I always am. It's not really. Really? It's because I time shift that I don't fucking land where I'm supposed to. And then I'm like, wait, what time is it? No, that's not it yet. I have to wait because when you make me do it again, God. It's like they don't understand. That's what pops in my head. My mind, okay, that's probably the negative voice. That's my conscious. It's negative. It says it all the time. They don't get it. They don't understand. Why are you wasting your time? Don't talk to them. They don't get it. Oh, I got you, you bitch. Really, I'm like, why can't I just do this? Because I'd be frustrated. I've done this quite a few times where I just shut down. I'm like, I can't. You guys don't even know what I'm fucking talking about. I can't do this. Really, my mind gets the best of me. Maybe there's somebody out there that gets me. If not, I just got to keep going. I can't stop. They won't let me. When's the last time you saw me post that Soul Tribe? I used to post that all the time. I'm done. I'm taking a break. I'm falling off. I'm going to die. Why? Because I feel like I'm so fucking far from normal understandings that normal people can't understand what I'm talking about. I feel like I break it down to pretty well, but just it doesn't. And that's why I said you could read all these books like everybody has, but it doesn't make sense. It doesn't click. It's like math. It just doesn't click. Really? Let's go to justice. Actually, we need to talk about this because that's those liars, deceivers, and connivers. All right, you fucking cheap ass fucking energy. You. It's a cheap ass energy. It's a cheap hoe. What does that say right there? Oh, man. Number what? 33. Oh, hell. That was our last card. I just keep getting 33s. Really? Yeah, I saw something like I saw it all over my car. I saw it on my mileage. Really? 160,333 miles. Really? I look at it and I'm like, bro, we have drove literally across the planet. I was like, dude, I fucking love you, bro. We have gone all over the place together. Really? Welcome to my office. It was my home at one point. Fucking love that thing. I told you that thing runs on the fucking Holy Spirit of God. Talk about a chariot. I think it would bark at you or do something weird if you came near it. My car? Oh, fuck, it's possessed. By what? The Holy Spirit. It's what took me to these places. It was guiding me. Really? Don't really have a guiding force. I told you about that. All right, what are we talking about? We're starting with you, number 33. Oh, God. It's this voice in my head that's like, why are you even bothering? I need to listen. I need to stop that. You need to stop that. I need to talk over that. Really? It's pretty heavy right now. It's heavy on the juice, on the Jesus juice. All right, all right, all right. What are we at? Haya, yeah, ya. I'm really trying. You see me trying? Nobody tries that fucking hard. All right, let me try again. I'm listening to myself. I really try. Yeah, haya. Okay, sounds like something you do as you hit the back of your horse when you try taking off. Why do you guys hurt them? Why don't you just tell them? Why are you always slapping the horse? You kick them in their stomach to make them go? I don't like this. I don't like this way. Really? There's got to be another way. The first angel we encounter belonging to the chorus of the powers. So let me rewind. Rewind. We're working down the tree now. Really? Yes. So right here was Saturn, and we were with the thrones, and then we were with the cherubim. Now we're with the powers, which is what? Fucking Mars. Oh, that's not you. That's you. Mars. Is that Mars? I don't really know. No, it's not. I'm like, no, that's not you. I don't know who the guy is, but I know him either. Really? Symbols. Not right now. Seriously. Going back to this. So we're in the powers. Instills in us subconscious a necessity and what? Excuse me. I hate when they break up the letters right there. Necessary subordination that enables us to recognize our place in the world. Ooh. It's a necessity, dude. They have to force subordination, which is surrender. They've been pushing surrender on you. Really? Just give in. Not to your fucking flesh, to God. Accepting self critique allows us to maintain an enlightened course throughout life. All right, not self criticism, self critique, because there has to be positivity and there has to be celebrations of all your, you know what I mean, self explorations. You've done a lot of work. And even if people can't see it on the outside, you know that you changed in the inside. You're not the old person you used to be. You don't think like that. It may have took you to a place, and I think about B as I see there and see her sitting all sad alone, you know what I mean, by herself and her baby. But it's hard, and that's probably what causes postpartum depression, is because now you are set apart. You're no longer part of your groups or anything. You have to have a different, you're forced into, you know what I mean, a seclusion to become a different version of yourself. Really? Mm-hmm. And it happens, and it can destroy, you know what I mean, relationships, because now, no longer can you connect with the matrix, your friends, your family, but then your lover becomes even more distant. Really? And that's your only companion to help you with this new person, which this new person needs a lot of love. But you do too, in the repair of all of this, because you've just lost yourself. Really? As I see her sitting out there, it's like, that's me. It takes a long time to understand that, you know what I mean, your new way of life has actually cut you off from the things you used to love, but you just don't love them anymore, and there's no need. And there's that isolation, the separation. It's part of alchemy. It's an extremely important part. You'll regret breaking back in, but everyone tries. call it a relapse, if you will. You try to do the old things you did just to have a little bit of excitement. And it just nothing more than confirms that you really don't like this shit no more. Really? Yeah. Um, you don't want to change because in the changes you don't just lose you lose a part of yourself plus everyone else. Something simplistic is graduating college. This is a beautiful moment where you get to go on into the world all by yourself. This is what you've been training for, but it's about to, you know what I mean, you're about to lose everything. So, even being a party girl and you were always like myself, being a party girl and always in the streets and running the streets and all of this, you know what I mean, making this transition. And that's why, they say in order to really transit, to get over it is you have to cut off the people, the places, and the things that bring you back into it. That's why they always, people run away from their problems to get a new start so they have at least a winning chance. So the same things that were bringing them down before aren't in their face and they can breathe a little lighter. They can see a little brighter because they don't just see the same problems outside of their face all the time. Really? Till finally they can go back and face those problems that they couldn't face before. You never run away forever. No? Mm-mm. No, you're just not strong enough to face it when it's you know what I mean, at that time, and that's okay because that not being strong enough to face it means you're at a place where you're trying to move on from it. Really? Mm-hmm. So I can use my example with Bobby. It's like I said that the other night. That was the most powerful thing I said. It's like I can't remember you because I worked so hard to forget you. And I didn't want to face him. You know what I mean? I didn't want to face him and I didn't want to face him and I didn't want to face him until finally I felt like I was brave enough to face him. And then you go back to, I don't know why I didn't remind you when I saw you in your face or if I said it later. And that's how fucked up my mind is. So mushy in time. Did I say it after I saw you or before I saw you that I wanted to talk, that I would talk to your wife with you? Did we just act like that didn't happen? Like I wasn't that committed? Now I want to go back to your Valentine's bullshit today. Do you know how you're not in real love? Because you're hoping for it to happen. You're trying to make it happen with either this person or you're hoping in the future that a person like that, you'll meet that person. People that are going on dates tonight are not in love. They're hoping to fall in love. They're hoping to arrange a date with a stranger or whatever the case may be, and that these two will potentially in time fall in love. Let me tell you something about time, and that's considered a karmic contract. You learn to have love and appreciation and consideration, and in sometimes you can take it so far to an attraction for anyone that sits within your place. And thank God for that because that's what helps with the integration of all kinds of things. You know what I mean? If the white man didn't have black people in his home that were caring and kind and compassionate, he wouldn't have learned to have love for such people. And in some cases, lust them as well. So to say that you can't go on 50 dates with the same person and start to fall in love with them, yeah, you could. But we're talking about real love. That's built love. That's arranged love. It's conditional. It takes time. Love doesn't take time. It doesn't. It takes understanding, but it doesn't take time to fall in love with someone. It takes time to give your love to someone. You know when you love someone. Really? Just wanted to point that out. Really? And that's what I knew. I saw, I didn't know what I felt like when I was talking to him. It was unbelievable feelings that I'd never felt before. Then later I went to a psychiatrist and then I did some meditation and I saw, I astral projected, which I didn't know the term for it. I saw this memory of me in love with him. And when I saw it, it overcame me. And I understood this is what I'm feeling inside of me. Okay, but right away I'm like, but he's married. I can't be in love with him. So I spent at least another 3 to 6 weeks trying to control it until I met Tree. And Tree said, you just have to give into it. By that time, I had lost my mind. And I would send him the message. It's like, I just have to admit that I'm in love with you. Even if you don't love me back and you never show me love, I have to admit this to myself and give into it because it is killing me. And that's what always brings me back to this guy. I have to give into it. It's something inside of me that I cannot deny. It kills me not to go and tell him when I want to that I love him or that anything. I never really just say, hey, I want to see you. That takes a lot of bravery. It builds up to that. It kind of happened the last time. We were going to just talk. He said, "Do you want to talk when I get off?" It's like, well, if you're nearby, just come by. And that was the most impulsive I've ever been. But normally, no. It takes a lot of buildup to face this. Why? Because I love him and I act crazy when I act impulsive and I just love him and I can't control it. And I feel so condemned because I'm not supposed to because he has a wife. I shouldn't be doing this, but I can't control it. So I do for as much as I can, and that's where that is. Thank God he's not the only person I love, but it's definitely the strongest. It has been, and it make it be just because it's most present. But then it started to happen with others, and I couldn't control it. Now, if you look at these guys, I swear to God, this is what's so funny. I had this vision, like maybe it was my premiere, Bobby, that you came in. Nobody ever has seen you. They've never seen you. I shared a picture of you once, ranting and raving of you and your wife, but that was so many years ago. They've never seen you. No, nobody knows what you look like. You're like just a figment of their imagination at this point. And I saw, I think it was like the movie premiere, or maybe I was accepting an award. And I invited you and you showed up and I introduced you and it was a big awe. And it's funny because he's beautiful, but he's just a guy. And if you take away all, going back to all my celebrities, you just take away all that shit they have in front of them. He's just Marshall Mathers, just a typical guy. They're all typical. There's nothing, they're not. If you take away all of Lewis's fucking, all that fucking makeup that he wears, and he does wear makeup, you know what I mean? You take away all the gold and the silver and the fucking, all of that. He's just a dude with a pretty smile, and that's what they all are. They're really nothing. They're pretty, as far as my celebrities, they're creative with their words. Lewis knows how to drive, but I outdrove him all summer, bro. There's no way. I did them at Lamaze. They watched me. They watched me pound 15 hours of driving a day for weeks and weeks at a time. They watched me do it all night. They watched me, dude. You're not a driver. I'm a driver. And in fact, I think I might even myself have to retire. I have drove across all of America. So I can't really honor you for going fast when the truth is we're not supposed to. It's not a race. It's not a fucking, it's not a, as here comes, it's a fucking marathon, not a sprint, bitches. That's here he comes with it. Really, if you take away all that, they're just men. And the only thing that makes them special is what? How they feel. How often do they share it with us, and what feelings are they sharing with us? And that's what makes men special. That's what made Jesus special. That's what made, you know what I mean, all the great men in history special. Kobe took the time to share his thoughts and feelings with us. Pac, Nipsey, DMX, they took the time to wisen up, and you know what I mean, to take their time to wisen up other people with what they had learned. They passed their wisdom on. Really, yeah, I was just thinking about all that. Going back to your fake ass love and shit. Yeah, you're gonna have to give in to some shit. And I don't know what it is, but it started with stuff like that. And that's it. I have you know what I mean? I have this pull on my heart and I have to that's how you're guided by the spirit. You start doing what your heart says, even though your mind doesn't know. And it's literally terrifying. And that's how we do this. We stop leaning on our minds knowing. Did you hear what my mind has been saying right now? So I was like, I found you, you little bitch. It's just the conscious mind. It's just a program. It's part of you. It's not the strongest part of you. It holds information, so you really need it. You need your file cabinet. You need your folder of all your screenshots. And that's what it is. Memories are screenshots, bro. They're just still images, really, that invoke feelings that you put into words. Realistically, Yeah, well, let's kind of change the fucking narrative on some of those like they did the Bible. Back to where we started. All right, let's get to the cards. Really, can you keep up with me? I can't either. That's why I don't even start conversations. Accepting self critique allows us to maintain an enlightened course of life. After working on this first step, life itself will place us in a new position, one beyond our wildest dreams. The first part is understanding just the simplistics of your mind. That's all that I did here. I was just listening to my thoughts. I was listening to what was my driving force in my body. Really, it started with Bobby. I started having all kinds of crazy thoughts. I was having the multiple personality disorder was triggered. I was having multiple personalities, which were arguments, thoughts in my head. Everything felt different about him. Every part of me had a different opinion about him, and none of them aligned with my heart. So I had to keep arguing with my mind. And it wasn't just him, though, it was everything. My heart is telling me to do something, and I'm listening to my mind say, no, that's not a good idea, or this, that, and it's painting these pictures and it's creating these things. And I'm just like, nah, but my heart says, and it just would go on and on about every subject until finally at Mother Cabrini's shrine, one day it just turned off. Now the mind turns on in one voice and it does that shit like I just told you, but it doesn't do it all day like it used to. And it was just all the time. Now, anytime I try to do something that my heart says, there's times the mind will start in and start arguing. And I have to just calmly and quietly redirect it. I've been working with my mind for 3 years, teaching it. It's just, and that's what I teach you. This is how it all started, is leaving the context of your conscious mind by evaluating your thoughts and speaking over your thoughts. It's your self-control. You will not let me in there. I can see him. When I saw Bobby, bro, he was processing so fucking fast, but I couldn't tell you what he was thinking about. Why? Because he was jumping so fast. He's not on one thought. Really? I mean, seriously though. I don't know what you're thinking about. You're going too fast. Can you slow down? Probably as fast as I'm talking. And that's it too. And it's like, can you put those into words? Mm-mm. Well, I know how that is. I sit over here all day processing images, trying to put them into words. What are you fucking putting together here? Really? Mastermind. Realistically, no. It's more like mushy mind. His mushy mind and my mega mind is not a really great mix here. Then when I say, hey, can I mess with your chakras? How'd that work out for you? Moving on. Did you? I did. Couldn't do much. Really? No, because it's in his mind. I can't really. All I did was what? Turn his heart up a little bit more? Some would call that a love spell. That's not. It's not my fault that it's directed at me. I just meant to turn your volume up. Really? No. Whatever. Anyways, it's his higher self. Really? I mean, it's got to be better than this self, don't you think? After working on this first step, it's like life itself will place us in a new position, one beyond our wildest dreams. This position will force us to put aside our selfish desires, less violent insubordinations, interfering with the necessary content for our growth. Really? Yeah, they're trying to tame the lion, is what I've seen. Which is what? Your mind. It gets out of control. If somebody, okay, look at how fast it can happen. Somebody says something stupid to you, or they cut you off, or they're rude to you, or they give you an ugly look, or they say something smart. How fast does your mind create a reaction to it and tell you what to do and how to respond and how fucked up this is and how fast does it go negative? And all it was a person. Do you know what I mean? It was just a person. How fast are you to jump into negativity? It comes from the mind, bro. It's not very kind. Really, it's very judging. It's like, they should have never done that. I'm going to get them back. How fucking dare them? Blah, 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 blah. And you'll be dwelling on this little act of nothing all day. And that's the inner child, dude. You're tripping. Really? It'd be tripping. When you start to calm it down, life gets a lot easier, where it's just not, radio static in your head, just talking shit about everything and everyone and how fucked up life is and fuck this bitch and fuck them and fuck this and da 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 da. Really, I was a hater like you. I had to just calm the hate inside of me. That's why I said nobody can hate anybody as much as I hate everybody. It is not specific to anybody. Really, I'm just full of hate. What I am not full of is jealousy. Where does this hate come from then? I don't know. As I say that can't be true, because all of us in the universe despised mankind. Was it jealousy? No, because we knew you had no you were the scum of the universe. Really, I may have been on the other side of destroying mankind since the beginning, and now I'm stuck here trying to save them, and everybody's a bit confused. But because I'm the most powerful leader that's ever walked in the dark, and now I'm in the light, you have no choice. Because if I let the dark, you're fucked anyway. So you might as well just walk this way and come with me in my, if you want to live. Really, so to speak. I thought this was going to be great times when God was going to punish these motherfuckers, and I was going to love and live in the blood and glory of all these days. But now I had a change of heart. As I was holding my little heart necklace, I have this little tiny heart. It's up there. You see my necklaces? They're hanging over there. Okay. It's so little. Such a little gold heart. It's so little. I was like, I have a heart of gold. It's like the fucking Grinch, bro. It is so little, but it is so gold. That's all I need, bro. Let me mess with your heart chakra a little. Really? That's where it all comes from. Moving on. It's the number 33, which is our ascending masters, which we pulled in all our cards. 7 of Swords is some bullshit, and we're going to read about that bullshit. Uranus, it's all up in your ass. Virgo, the structures of your life, and the 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords sucks. Really, it's low-key. It's like you're just trying to get over just to get over because you think you can get over on some motherfucker. Really, that's just how you get away with life. I met some motherfuckers like that yesterday when I was standing in line. Really, I was sitting right there and they walked up. They had a chow chow that looked just like Fluffy, and it came up and it was a service dog and blah 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 blah. And they're like, yeah, ever since we got him, people have been. I tried to tell them, I was like, even though it's in the form of a dog, that's a spirit. And they're like, yeah, I could sense that, dude, because ever since the dog came into our lives, people have been more generous. They just keep giving us dog food and extra money and this and that. And I'm looking at them, and there's nothing wrong with them, bro. There's nothing wrong with you, bro. It's almost like you got a dog so you could get more tips. I don't think that's cool, bro. Really? Nah. I'm not with the unemployment move. Not at all. You have great gifts and you could do something. Do you sew? Do you cook? Do you farm? Do you do hair? What do? Do you paint? You do something. You can do something. I promise you could do something than just asking someone to take care of you. We will get to that age where someone will need to take care of us, but that's not today. Shit, I don't even see it in my life. I'm 99 standing having a laugh when I die. I think if I can stand up, I could wipe my own ass. I can wipe my own ass. Really, I'm not saying I might not be wearing a diaper. There's people that wear diapers to go to New Year's Eve's parties that just can't make it to the bathroom. So don't judge a motherfucker. You guys shit your pants every day of the week. Just kidding. I'm just messing around. Really? I'm just saying. 7 of Swords is some bullshit. That's just like, that's my brother. That's slimy hustling. That's not integral hustling. Like, I'm not going to sell you bad dope, bro. I wouldn't sell you something I wouldn't smoke myself. Realistically, and I always had that tester. Hey, try this out. On a scale from 1 to this will blow your mind and we probably shouldn't be selling this. What do you think? I think it's too strong. All right, let's go find someone to do something about this because I don't want to kill nobody. Really? No, but at the same time, I can remember I was in Southeast and we had a big old bag of fucking, dude, it was more than fucking an 8-ball. It was like so much. And it was just cut. Really, I'll never forget that story, dude. Why? Because we were in the fucking, dude, we were in the Four Corners, and I was there with that dude, and we were sitting there, and we came to, I was like, nah, bro, this is too much. You got to do something about it. So we took it back. We took it back so that he would replace, like, it was at the bottom of it. We just took it all out and was like, you got to replace all this. And so he's like, yeah, yeah. And he went in to replace it. And his homeboy's sitting there and he's like, here, you want to hit the joint? I was like, hell no, I ain't smoking no weed on this block. He's like, this is my block. And at that very moment, the popos rolled up on us and he gave us the look and he told me and Devon, he said, run. Because they, you know, it's their boys and we're just standing there as a couple. They don't really know what's going on here. And right now we don't have shit because we just gave it to them and to walk into the house and it was just bunk dope to begin with. So we took off and they got caught up. I think he went to jail. What was his name? Fuck, I don't know. Southeast boys, the Logan boys. Realistically, yeah, but we're not selling you. And that's what I mean is there's a grimy type of person. That's that grimy person in the office place that's telling on people and stealing tips and you know what I mean, setting fucking, you know, playing favoritism with, you know, they always get the best fucking clients and they get the best hours and they get, yeah, you have no integrity. If we don't win as a team, then you're definitely going to lose. Life is about teamwork, bro. If he puts you with someone, you have to work together with this person. It's like school, bro. It's like you can't just, you know what I mean? I want you to sit next to the black boy. I don't sit next to black people. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? That's your new neighbor. Go be nice. Go bake them a cake and don't fucking stick your finger in it. You know what I mean? Like you're supposed to love thy neighbor type shit. Really? No, Seven of Swords is not that person. It's a grimy motherfucker that's just trying to get theirs. Really? We're going to get into that in a minute. Actually, I should tell you because justice is on their ass. That's what these cards say. And that's why I left them there. It's like these grimy motherfuckers is catching justice in the ass. Really? Where's that book? I'm going to read it out of my Pagan Ways Tarot, and it's literally the story of Loki. Ew, Princess of Cups reverse is a bad one, too. Seven of Swords, Nine of Swords. Here he is. The bastard himself. Really? It says right here, I am Loki. I am Loki, the trickster, the sly, original deceit, skilled in cunning and jabs for every purpose. Really? Yeah, he was always just trying to, you know, see what he could get away with. He's the kind of person that would go to a gym and look in all the lockers to see if they can, you know, what's in there that he could take. Really? The type of person that's opening car doors in a fucking parking lot at a fucking stadium. Really? All right. Just because it's a person like that doesn't mean this person didn't pull up in their own car, bro. Really? Mm-hmm. He's the type of dude that will go through his girlfriend's purse while she's in the store. Start scrolling through her phone and shit. Really? Oh man, there's so many types to this bitch ass energy. Right? This card is a trickster, a sneak, a thief, denotes deception, betrayal, hidden dishonor. I told you, I felt that 2 days ago with the apology card. Have you been trying to get away with something unethical? Perhaps you're kidding yourself and you are a lone wolf who follows their own course. But sooner or later, you're going to need other people. If you really are innocent of the above, you could be a victim of someone else's duplicity. Beware of swindlers, thieves, and conmen. Be careful whom you trust, and as competitors, even colleagues have their own agenda. That's it. People study me so that they think that they can do it better. Okay. Really? Yeah. They don't have, you reading the same words that I read in a different word makes you another church that has no power. Really? That's all that means to me. And this goes back to something simplistic as Wolfman. And it was way before him. I noticed that card readers had no spiritual connection whatsoever. And you can see it every day. They just read the front of the card. That's all that is. Am I ever really? No, I'm telling you stories before we even get to that motherfucker. Really? I'm just saying. And as far as this, I got to be honest. As Bobby sits there and celebrates his, his love for his wife, as a tradition on this day, this is him. Does your wife know why you're over there pretending to be a great husband and show her how much you love her? Does she know how much you don't love her? That's that side chick sit like, ooh, you better be careful on a Valentine's Day when you got a side chick. No, I don't really care. Really? I mean, I told her I'd tell you. I told her I'd tell her from my heart that I loved you more. But otherwise, no, you go play that fake game. And that's where it is like, you're not in love. Really? Just play the game, I suppose. But to me, it's not a game, and it's not something that I can, I want to show the difference. And that's, Russ and Jonica. Oh, you guys have such a contractual relationship that looks so fucking, organized. Really? I'm just saying. You have to be quick and clever to come up on top. Perhaps you, reverse meaning. Perhaps you've slipped into doing something you don't really want to do because it was easier than saying no. Ew. No, I don't want to do that. No need to make a dishonest or make it, excuse me, you need to make an honest assessment of where you stand. Decide what you really want and what you don't. You may find it's a relief to simply abandon things you've lost interest in. They say that, there's this stick to it mentality where you're not allowed to change your mind. They like, you're persecuted for changing your mind. Well, that just means that you're not mindless. That means that you still are, you have some mental capacities. That's what I said. Your fucking children out here are missing a couple chromosomes or two. Really? I mean, I think so. All right, let's go to that next card, which is what? Justice. So we're in the powers. The powers are trying to get you to surrender and quit being a fucking lie and cheat and quit lying about yourself and your life. It is hard to say no because once you say no, they're gonna go crazy. Hey, but that's really funny. I think about Bobby sometimes. It's like he's just sitting in his skin. He's got to play this role with his wife. But how badly he'd like to just stand up, say something, and then just come have a passionate night with me. Your imagination is great. Realistically, I mean, it's a great place to live, but it's not reality, and that's because you can't say no. I'm cursed with the ability to, stand up. And you know it, dude. That's what happened with fucking Amanda. Told that bitch no. Fuck. Anytime I tell someone no, they go crazy. It's the end of this relationship. Oh, well. Let me ask you this. Really? Russ, I'm not even going to say Bobby. Bobby, I'm sorry for you. Russ, is she going to show you how much she loves you today? Or it's your job to show her how much you love her? How is she showing you? Is she making you cinnamon buns again? You're supposed to show this person when you buy them a gift or something. You're supposed to show them how much they mean to you in an expression of this, because that's how you guys exchange love is through gifts and services. But the only way that could be true to heart is if, first off, she had money that wasn't yours to buy you a gift. Sorry. Oh. I could turn to God and say, God, and that's what I told Millie. I was like, dude, we could send your boyfriend something. I can ask God. Really? Yeah. God, I need to get my boyfriend a gift. Can you give me some money, please? And a great idea of what to get him because you know him best. And God will say, you know what he really likes and he'll really appreciate. That's a great idea, God. Can you help me figure out how to get it? I sure will. Why? Because I want to show him how much I love him and I ask God to show me how to do it. Really? Yeah. So how are you going to show Jonica how much you love her today? And you remember, you can't overdo it because you got to show her on her birthday on April 17th or April 7th. And you got to do bigger than last time. Last time you took the whole family out and you wrote a song to her. How are you going to do better than that? How are you going to up that? Do you love her anymore, or that was the most you could ever love her? Contractual love. I'll love the shit out of you tomorrow and yesterday and every day. Really? And it doesn't come with a price tag. I could do this shit for free. You're going to feel so special. And really, just kind of putting that out. Don't fall for the fake love bullshit. Really? And don't try to force it on someone that you don't love. You could fall in love with them. I fall in love with my friends all the time, and then I'd be trying to have sex with them too. Don't do that. Friends with benefits. No, wait till you're in love. Really? Yeah. Really? Yeah. Really? Yes. He'll bring you someone to love. Trust me. He wants you to. He wants to unleash this part of his His power is love. He really wants you to love people. He wants you to show that you can do it kindly with just simple gestures of hi and, generosity and shit like that. Show that you can be kind to everyone. If you can't show that you could be loving to just anyone, then he's not going to send you anyone. Ooh, that was a good one, God. I love you. All right. Do you have a problem saying I love you? I don't have a problem. It probably makes my twin flames uncomfortable that I love them all because they don't understand what that love means, and they feel like if I love Marshall, then I don't love Russ, and if I love Allie, then I don't love Russ, and if I love Lewis, then I can't love anybody. Y'all are stupid. God's love is enough. That's what happened to Judas. He didn't love any of his disciples more than he loved the people, than he loved God. It was all love. One love. Let's get together and feel all right. I'm at the Ascending Masters. How do I know? Because it's always some Bob Marley. Really? He is an energy of love. I guess, any animal you pin up would have to defend himself, but he wasn't a hands-on combat type of guy. He was spreading love. Love. Really? Yeah. February 14th is about love, but it's not fake love. Really? Yeah, let's go into this. Where are we at, God? Hierophants, the Lovers, Chariot, Strength, the Wheel, Justice. All right, you have traveled through the realm where illusions and shadows gather around you, muddling your vision in shades of gray. And then her voice, a voice of truth. It rings in your mind as clear as crystal. There is black, there is white, there is right, there is wrong, and you can discern the difference. The scales click into balance, and she places her sword in your hands. Let me give you an example. My mind tells me there's all kinds of things wrong with Wolfman. He's this, and he's that, and he's this, and he's that. And when I ask, my heart will sit there and say, that's not true. My mind will argue. Do I really believe that you chew on your toenails? No. But when I said it, someone else was like, I could see that. Why? I could make you believe the bullshit I believe. If she believes it and I believe it, then why? You're doing something to make us get this impression, whether negative or positive. You're giving off a filthy impression right now. But that's where my heart is. So my heart was that. That's it. Bobby's just using me. Bobby's just using me. Bobby's a piece of shit. Bobby's just a fucking piece of shit. He's just a fucking piece of shit. My heart's like, no, he's not. He's a hurt guy. He's that. Fucking Russ is such a piece of shit. Kanye is nothing but a piece of fucking shit. I really didn't feel that way about Kanye. By that time, everyone else did. I didn't have an opinion. Why? Because I didn't feed into the bullshit. I didn't read it. I didn't read what he really said and did. So I didn't have an opinion. It's best not to know. It's like ignorance is bliss. Well, if you give me an opinion about this person, then yeah, of course, I'm going to hate him just like everyone else. And that's why I don't like to sit there. And that's what I told B. And that's what I told fucking, don't talk about him like that. I don't even know this person, but all you're talking about is what a bad person they are. So now you're making me think they're a bad person. And when they come up, all the bad things you told me about this person comes to my mind. And I have to struggle now to be nice to them because of the impression that you gave me about a stranger I don't know. Because you were just trauma dumping, telling your side of the story, which was all negative. Well, he's this and he's that and he's this. So now every time I see your baby daddy, guess what pops in my head? I could have lived without that. I was better off thinking he was a good man rather than you trying to tell me he was a horrible man. Because then I sit there and wonder, well, why are you in love with such a horrible man? Do you see where this is and where it goes? And in the ultimate, I'm a child. I don't need your thoughts. I'd like to create my own impression. You're going to be like, no, they're a piece of shit. Okay, I'll figure this out for myself. I could see why you don't like them. But I'm not supposed to not like them just because you don't like them. Really? And that's the brain. Really? And that's where you start to learn what truth is. It talks over your thoughts. It's like, no, if I go there, this is going to happen and this is going to happen and nobody's going to like me and blah, 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 blah. And your heart's like the nurturer, the truth. That's not going to happen. And if it doesn't happen, it's going to be okay. But I understand why you're scared and you don't have to jump to, off the deck on this one. And that's really your thoughts all the time. No, if I go talk to that person, they're going to reject me and everybody's going to make fun of me and this, that. Bro, I know what the mind does. Confirmation. I've been working with this motherfucker for a long time. I'm stuck in here too. Luckily, mine is pretty silenced, but when it turns on, and that's what I said was the miracle, bro, the absolute miracle of the full moon in Aries when I met with Bobby. Now, mind you, I remember I was fasting. The spirit told me to fast because it's so that I could, be out of my flesh about things. But the mind never turned on. The whole time it didn't start with no this and no that. And it took years of stop projecting that it finally stopped where I could just have an experience without my brain trying to tell me what's happening. No, he's doing this because of this. No, he said this because of this. And he's just trying to do this and this and this. This is just one person in my life that I'm explaining, but it'll do it about everyone. Over analyzing. What did they mean when they said that? No, they meant this, and they were probably doing this and this. Bro, put the brain down. Put the brain down. And I told you how bad it is when I started thinking about cuddling with a man. Started to wonder at what point of the night does your breath go bad? Nobody's ever had that stupid thought. This is a fucking useless thought. That'll keep you up all night trying to fucking figure out. Okay, it's not at 1 o'clock. It's not at 2 o'clock. Okay, and then you got to study this for the rest of your life to find out. And what does that mean? I don't know. We come up with a breath saver that you might choke on in the middle of the night because, just breath goes bad at night. Seriously, some things, dude. Don't let the brain go too far. I blame Metatron. Actually, it's my own brain. Very intelligent. It's like you can't be this smart and crazy. That's what's so funny. It's like she's crazy. Dude, she makes sense. Like she really makes it make sense. Like I know it sounds crazy, but I think she knows what she's talking about. I fucking know. Do you know what I'm talking about? Really? Let's move on to judgment. And that's where it is. It's a sense of judgment where you start to see things differently and the truth is the truth. And those are those tower moments. Talk about a Kanye moment where you heard them say something, bro, and it just clicked. And you're like, oh my God, I never knew this. I never saw this before. And you're like dying inside of yourself. You're like, and your brain's like, no, they didn't mean that. That's not what they mean. They're a good person. And like, nah, that was vindictive. That was conniving. That was foul. That was racist. That was negative. That was short. They took a jab. That was ugly. And your heart's like telling you, your brain's like, don't say anything. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. The truth shall set you free, bro, but it's going to burn this motherfucker to the ground. I walk in the truth and it's scary. Really? Oh boy. Oh boy. Really? But when you walk in the truth, there's nothing can come up against you. There's no lie. When you know you're right, when you know this is right, nothing wrong can come against you. The only thing that can happen is more right. It'll be all right because you did the right thing and you're in the right energy. It's right. It was the right thing to do. You can't persecute. There's all these people, right? Really? Supposedly. All these people that are incarnated or incarnated, incarcerated that are supposedly innocent. If that is the truth and you did not commit this crime and you are locked up during this time, then what that means is you shall have mercy more than the others of this time, and that you were brought here to experience those of this time. Doesn't mean that. Realistically, true. And that's where it is like you walk in the truth, you don't have to worry about their lies. I knew the day they came to my door and they fucking accused me of saying something racial, discriminatory against the Venezuelans. I didn't do this. And I knew that even if I knew they would believe me because they knew my character, there was enough people that knew me to support. I had enough evidence, or I had enough witnesses that could validate that I'm not this character, because this is a defamation of character and I'm getting put out over this. They said I said something I didn't say, which was, again, plagiarism, lying, right? All of this happened. I knew that I didn't say it and that justice would prevail. I knew that the people inside of this building would stand up for me and this wouldn't happen. But I also said, if this happens, then this is God telling me that this is the end of my time. But I know I did not say such things. And if I lose this house, it's because I was never supposed to be here in the lies. That's all that meant. And that was Jesus. I'm not going to tell you that God's not real. They said, stop saying it. Stop saying it. He was not going to stop saying the truth. That's why they kept hitting him. They thought if they hit him enough, he would stop. And as I say that, I see people hitting their children. I grew up in a home of corporal punishment. That's just how they taught them to discipline them. If you did something wrong, even if you didn't want it as a parent, you had to go and discipline your child. You'd have to spank them. You'd have to something, and it typically was spankings. Really? They thought that was the best way to get across to somebody. And that's why they were doing that to him. They just wanted him to stop saying what he was saying was true, but he couldn't. I can't say a lie. I'll die on this truth. Really? If he would have just gave in and said, no, I made it all up, it wasn't true, they would have left him alone. But he had to stay on that truth till his dying breath. And that's George Floyd. I don't know why they originally arrested George Floyd, which I would say at this point was absolutely false accusations. But the reason that they manhandled him like that is because they said he was violent. They accused him of being, you know what I mean? To handle a man like that would mean that, they had to self-defense. He showed in his dying era that that wasn't true. He used no self-defense to even save himself in that moment. He did nothing to save himself. They said that the reason they used such force was out of their self-defense against him, but he had no self-defense as we all watched him die. He did not defend himself against those men. He could have, but he didn't. He could have, but he didn't. And nobody else stood in his defense. They all stood there as witnesses. Really? Stand in the truth. I didn't fucking do this. But if you fucking did it, then you stand in the truth. I tell you what's unforgivable is the lie. If there's one thing I have the hardest thing dealing with is the lie. How do I forgive it? When you actually admit to it, then it kind of goes away. But when you're just walking in the lie and you just keep lying to me and you keep lying to me, that makes it unforgivable. I know how hard it is to make amends and apologize. So you know what? I lied to you. That means that you're stronger than most human beings to admit that you lied and to stand in the truth. Really? I'll have more respect, but I don't respect liars. Why? Because it's easy. It's easy not to hurt someone's feelings. It's easy not to get in trouble. It's easy not to, you know what I mean, to get discriminated or alienated for your belief. You stand in what you believe is true, and it's not what other people say is true. Really? I'm seeing an example. I'm seeing Kanye and Kim, and they're at a dinner table and they're telling stories. And she's telling the story, and he's like, that's not how that went down. And she gives him an ugly look. And she keeps telling her story. And he's sitting there and he's like, he knows she's flat out making up, she's exaggerating and making this up. If he sits there and continues to tell the truth, it's going to start not only a fight with his wife, but it's going to turn everybody else against his wife too. So he has to sit there and let her lie. But he knows she's lying. He knows none of that happened. He knows that she's just trying to exaggerate and trying to sound cool. And he really wants to point out that she's full of shit right now. But if he does, it's going to cause too much problems. So he sits there and entertains the lie. And she says, right, babe? Yup, as he's looking at his phone. You're part of it. You're guilty by association. Why didn't you tell the truth when she told that story? No, because I was scared. That's forgivable. But where were you in the truth? If this goes to court, are you going to tell the truth then, or are you going to stand behind her lie? She said in a story, she admitted guilt in that story, and you knew she was lying. Now it comes down to, can you tell everyone she was lying when you didn't tell them before? That she was making up this story, and this story actually is going to get her in deep shit. What story? That someone put a hit on her life? Nobody put a fucking hit on Kim Kardashian's life. Kim Kardashian has staged her whole life since the fucking beginning. You think I don't know the truth? You think your husband doesn't know the truth? Who else doesn't believe this lie that she tells? Is that the only lie she tells? What a big one it is. It doesn't matter the size. Why didn't you call me back? Oh, because I was... Was that the truth? Or was that a little white lie from a little white girl? A lie is 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 a lie. Told Mr. Plum, you're not going to get into heaven like this. You're just as bad as being a murderer. You should have been a child abuser. You should have smoked weed in the 60s and just, you know what I mean, did nothing with your life. It's the same. All sin is the same, bro. You're a liar. When you lie to me on the phone, God is there, and he's telling me you're lying. And every time you do this, you are in the place of liars. You are not above them. You are sinning with the sinners. He said, thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not lie. No, what I meant to say was, that's one that's done all day long in front of our faces. And it's so simplistic, like when I ask you a question and you don't tell me the truth. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. You're fucking lying to me. Am I going to make a big deal? No, fine. You're not going to make me believe this. Are you happy? Yeah, I love my life. I have a great life. I'm successful. I have this, I have that. You're not going to I'm not believing your lie. You're lying to my face. I have no respect for you. Why can't you just be honest with me? I've been nothing but honest with everybody about every one of my feelings, every one of my thoughts, every one of my experiences. Would it kill you to tell me the truth about how you feel when I ask you something so simplistic? Hey, you doing all right? Why do you think I asked you? Because I know you're not. I'm lying. I'm lying. I'm lying. Sorry. I feel like a dark night of the soul was definitely destined today. Why? Because I did so much shopping. God taught me that in the very beginning. I started to pay attention to that pattern. Before I would go into a dark night of the soul where I couldn't get out of bed and I would have to recover, maybe it's a fucking period I'm going to get. But I would always go and get a bunch of, you know what I mean? It's almost like people for a winter storm or something. I stocked up all kinds of shit. I feel like there's probably something coming. I thought it was weather, but the sun is shining. It rained last night and it smelled so pretty this morning. But I feel like something's coming. And as we talk about all this lying, maybe that's going to trigger it. And that goes back to the dog. I'm sitting next to this white chow chow dog. I'm sitting on the floor, so the dog's next to me. I'm in line, but I told you I'm in my dress and I'm on the floor. I don't care. The dog comes next to me. And I start thinking about my chow chow. What happened to it? I don't know. Devani told me he chopped it up and ate it in tacos. He never told me the truth. He lied to me every time I asked that question. He never told me the truth. And that's just one of the billions of lies. He lied to my face over and over. Did you fucking get that girl pregnant? No. Did you fucking get that girl pregnant? No. Did you fucking get that girl pregnant? I told you I would have stuck by his side at any time. But what happened? He fucking lied to me. Not once, over and over and over. And he made me look crazy for even questioning him. When my spirit knew the truth and I kept believing your lie, you are going to make me look stupid out here because you can't stand on the fact. But meanwhile, you're running around playing fucking, you piece of garbage. Hey, bro, did I fuck him? I fucked him. Did I do this? I did it. I stand on it. You want to hang me on it? Because Jesus said I was forgiven, but I'll sure as fuck tell you what I did. You can't even stand on the dirt you do. That's why you're buried underneath it. Liars. And a lie. And that's why it makes me so unagreeable. It's because I won't just lie to you. I won't tell you what you want to hear. And in that, I tell you everything you don't want to hear. I got a couple things wrong. I thought Ali was gay, but that was a thought, not a feeling. And that was because I was, I don't know, overanalyzing stupid fucking variables. I said that I thought a certain team was going to win. And I think this happened twice, but it didn't happen. And I looked at that and it's like, I have the ability to be wrong. And that gives me hope. Because if I'm fucking right about you, this ain't all right. I really want God to say, show me that I'm wrong about Russ. I want him to show me that I'm wrong about Bobby. I want him to show me that I'm wrong about Marshall and Lewis and Wolfman and Kanye. I want him to show all of us that we're wrong about these men. Because what I believe is not crazy. It's a calculated belief that most logical people would say when they look at a person like you. I hope I'm wrong. And that's where it is knowing the difference between it. Is it just your opinion? That's what I said. What does your opinion really, is it really solid? Is it on solid foundation? Or if you had some more information, you wouldn't think that way? That goes back to the 2 movies I watched. I watched this really great movie the other night called Flipped about some teenage love. And the neighbors just kept, the neighbors were judging the other neighbors. They're like, they have a shit ass house and they have all these and they don't take care of their fucking yard and this and I don't want their eggs because they probably have salmonella. He's like, little do you know, they don't own that house. So it's, they rent it and the dude doesn't take care of it. Right. And all of this stuff. And it's like, if you had more information, you'd be more considerate to your judgment. You might not think that way if you had more information. Really? You can't have compassion for something you don't know exists. So, for example, you could be judging your neighbors, but you don't know what exists inside of their home that's making them look so bad on the outside. You don't know what's going on in the inside that makes them look so repulsive to you on the outside. Really? Yeah. And that's just me. It's like people look at me as I'm praying to the devil and I'm a full-on witch. But they have no idea that I'm doing all of this in the name of Jesus Christ and love and light and God, and that I'm literally praying over them. I'm literally banishing them. I'm literally doing healing and their children, and I'm calling in blessings and angels and invocations of nothing but light all around them. But they'd see me as nothing but dark. I promise you. And I'm okay with that because their fear shows that they have no faith. Really? It's the real faithful servants of God that approach me that I know aren't afraid of me. I know they believe in God. If you're not afraid of me, you believe in God. Really? Yeah, let's go back to this. What was I at? We're on the Justice. This is the wrong book. We're on the Justice. And that's it. You get a sense of, it's your North Star, which is your heart. Your heart's telling you something different than your mind. And it's not negative, it's positive. And that's more of it is just, be nice. Be kind, be respectful, hear them out, give them a chance, forgive them. All of that comes from your heart. Your mind's like, I will never fucking forgive you. You are such a fucking piece of fucking scum. I'll kick you in your fucking face if I ever fucking see you again. Then your heart sees them out in public and is like, makes you wave at them. Why the fuck did I do that? Jesus said to be nice, but being an asshole. Really? Yeah, there's a nice guy inside of you. That was great. That was a great joke, Jesus. I love him. Really? It was like there's a nice guy inside of you. Who is it? Jesus. All right. Anyways, there's black, there's white, there's right, there's wrong, and you can discern the difference. The scales click into balance and she places her sword in your hands. What's that? The sword of truth. Archangel Michael. Be careful though. Now you're charged to say the truth. You're like me, a witness to the bullshit, and you got to speak on it. If you see something, you say something. Why? Because you have the power that nobody else has. Everybody's thinking it. You have to be the voice of truth. You have to stand up and say the things. You have to be her. Who is she? She is me, and she is all of us. She's Billie Holiday. She's Aretha Franklin. She's Marilyn Monroe. She's Britney Spears, bitch. She's Madonna, the Black Madonna. She's your feelings that make you know you got to do the right thing. Men don't have that all the time. It's a virtue of your feelings that makes you fight for the right things. It's a virtuous feeling, the truth. And when you do that, you will set people free. Even if this isn't your battle, you're there to break the chains with nothing more than your words of truth. It brings justice for all. Really? That's what she said. Another thing I got in trouble for here in the very beginning. Dude, I watched it for months. I didn't say shit for months, but I was the only person that ever said anything. For months, they would roll in donations. And as soon as the people would bring them in, we'd have carts of donations. All of the staff goes for it first. And then after they got theirs, then they would set the donations up at donation centers throughout the building where you could pick through it. One day this happened. And I'm trying to look through it, and I can't because this woman is trying to take all the goodies, and it comes out of my mouth. Why do all of the staff get first pick on donations when they're meant as contributions for the rest of us? And I said it, and all of the staff attacked me. What are you talking about? We always do this, and this is for everybody. Blah, blah, blah. No, 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 no. And I had to explain to them, this is where you work. These are not benefits to this. You don't get to. You might get a free soda if you work at a restaurant, but you don't get free meals every day. You don't get anything. These people are donating to the families and the residents here, not to the employees. It turned into a shit fest. But after that, they changed the way the donations come in this door now. Really? Oh, yeah. And that's it. It should have been right. This was wrong to begin with. And it just happened to fall out of my mouth. And when it did, I regretted it right after. But here's the truth. And now I got to stand on it. And I'm going to fight for this because I know it's right. That's the sword given by Archangel Michael. You don't need him to come in and fight your battles when you know the truth and you can speak the truth. That's all that you need. The truth shall set us free. You don't need to put hands on nobody. Just speak it. Speak it well. And it's the end. Speak it well. And all things are resolved. It ends with words. Really? Choose your words wisely. Really? Mm-hmm. She trusts you to take the needed action that's justice. Yeah. At the right moment. Keywords: balance, right action, sever ties that no longer serve, perceive the situation, act decisively. There's a lot of judgment energy on top of us. It's not us judging other people. It's us having a full a self-evaluation of ourselves. Really, it's us, you know what I mean, weighing our own scales and seeing where we need to work on. And that's just it. You know what I mean? Like every day is different. I didn't know I was so unhealed in this area. I didn't know that anytime this type of shit pops off, I'm going to act like a fucking asshole. Really? Some things, dude, I get pissed off about. Still, I will still get triggered and be rude. Really? Usually in the car, It happens like when I'm driving my daughter to school. You stupid ass, bitch ass. I've always hated that. I've always hated that. I've told you. The worst time to ever be a driver is during school drop offs where you have all these dumb broads that have a fucking car their boyfriend bought them and they don't know how to use it. Really? It's not the elderly people. Go look outside of your window when you're out there. It's these broads. And why? Because nobody took the time to teach them how to drive. They just bought them a car. Really? I am a prime example. But I'm a great driver. And that's what it goes down to. It's like, you know what I mean? Having respect for the laws of the road because they were put there. Why is the speed limit 80 miles an hour and fucking, 85 miles an hour in fucking Utah? Because there's no wind. You're safe. The road doesn't change and nothing gets in front of you. You're safe to go at this speed without an accident. But if you go over this speed, you could face an accident. You know what I mean? Why is there fucking this? Why? Because there's rules to this to keep us all safe out here. And that goes back to you bastards that can't meet the speed limit. Most of the people that cruise the highways, our cars are created with something called a cruise control that makes sure that we can maintain the street limits. It's a button on our car. So when we're driving for long periods of time, we hit that button. We assume, because it is the rule of the street, that everybody is following this rule of 65 miles an hour. But then we pull it where our car is on an autopilot, and all of a sudden we're approaching at you at unknown speeds because you are not following the rules of this highway and maintaining the minimum speed or maximum, which is 65 motherfucking miles an hour. You're making it dangerous because you are afraid to meet the requirements. If you cannot physically feel safe at going at those speeds, then you are physically not safe to get on those roads, not to yourself and not to others. Take your scary ass on the side roads. Really? Don't be so fucking rude. You get pounded in from the back. That's because you. Really? You should not constantly, but every once in a while be looking in your rear view mirror. It's part of the driver's test where they cover the mirror and tell you what color is the car behind you. You should know this. You should know how far it is. You maybe don't know their license plate or who's driving it, but you should have been fully aware of what is behind you. Seriously? Fucking seriously. When you come to immediate stop, what's the first thing you do? You hit your brakes and look to make sure the person behind you hits theirs. Do you ever get out of the way because you don't know if they're going to hit theirs? And that's what I mean. It's called, precautionary. And that's what it means. It's like there's rules and restrictions of some shit we just don't fuck with. Why? Because it's been proven time and time again this is dangerous. And I'm going to end on this note. Take a deep breath. Nobody has control over their alcohol abuse. It has been proven time and time again that nobody can control their alcohol. You think you do because you don't act like everyone else. But if your life consists of alcohol, then you already are out of control. Really? Let that sink in. Like Wolfman, I am going to go have some breakfast and lunch too. I made it for an hour and a half. How far did you make it? Pretty far. All right, let's see what's in the comments here. Oh, they took it back. Yeah, probably. Take away your stupid comments and save them for somebody else's fucking channel. Your opinion is not validated over here. Is that what made you take it back? Really? I don't care what you think. It's an impression of your mind. I want to know how you feel. Otherwise, get off of here. Oh, you don't have no feelings about what we're talking about? What did your mind generate? Okay, if I ask you what your mind generated, there. But otherwise, no, I want to know how you feel about it. I want to know how you feel about the information that I'm giving you. I feel like it doesn't make sense. That's an honest answer. I feel like some of it isn't true. Tell me which ones. Why do you feel that this isn't true? My brain can't it won't allow this information to go in. I've had those too. I know what that feels like too. Where you can't get your brain to accept a reality that this person is no good for you. Something that simplistic. Really? Yeah. Hey, welcome. It's Saturday. We didn't go into it, but I am going to read later about the conscious and the dimensions after you deal with yours. Hey, I love you guys. We'll catch you later. Laters, haters.